Okay, so this definitely resonates with the message that just came through. So there is a man in your atmosphere. And this is for someone in particular, maybe for many of you, but I'm seeing actual vision just now of a conversation taking place between you. I feel that you're a female more than a male, but it definitely could go either way. I really feel this is for specifically one female in particular, though it can be, again, for many of you or even a male. But I am seeing a vision of a female who is communicating or who is dealing with a male. And it feels like this is in person because I'm seeing the vision of two people in person in a room, standing near a doorway. And they're having words, a conversation, and you really need to be mindful of the things that you say or how you react to the things that they say. So really, I'm really in tune with Spirit right now, and I can't believe that the cards are actually resonating with what Spirit told me as I was shuffling. The Prince of Cups has shown up here, okay? So this is all about, you just being, and you just, I don't know why I keep hearing expressing yourself. I guess you're going to want to express yourself. I don't know why that would come up from this card. This is a card with a princess sitting on a bench, just really enjoying nature, taking it easy. So I really just feel you're going to be in a comfortable situation, whether it's at home or whatever the situation, it's going to be in a comfort situation. So I really do feel that this will be at home. And I don't, I'm not going to go into full extensive detail, but I will tell you the messages that are coming through and what I'm seeing within the 20-minute time frame that I'm given here. So I'm getting the messages here that this is going to be in a place of comfort, where you're comfortable. This is going to be some type of communication that's going to happen, because here we have the Princess of Wands. The Prince, oh wow, you can't see that. I apologize. Let me see if I can adjust the camera. Okay, there we go. I apologize. I didn't realize you weren't able to see that. Okay, so this is the Prince of Cups over here. Now that's someone who's just sitting there smelling the roses, smelling the flowers, enjoying the time in nature in a comfortable situation. And again, that's probably going to be at home, because I keep seeing a room and a house and that type of environment. And I keep seeing someone in particular, okay? And the Princess of Wands is here, which is a message, which could also symbolize communication. Okay, and then the next two cards we have are both sword cards, which also highly indicates communication. Now, the communication is not in a positive way. It shows that it could lead to a very negative conversation, where there could be an argument and a fight. So I want to first alarm you and be cautionary you of this, so that it doesn't lead to that. And you can change what is going to happen by knowing this ahead of time. And that's also the benefit of readings, is that I'm able to see things before they happen. And if it's negative, I can help you turn it around to be positive. Okay. So the Princess of Wands here is all about communication. It's all about waiting to hear news from somebody. So maybe you haven't heard from somebody in a while, or maybe the communication's off. Or maybe this is just a card of communication, because I am seeing it as a communication that's going to happen between you and someone else. So the thing is, the next card that's showing up is the Two of Swords, which indicates that the communication is going to be created into a conflict. The Two of Swords is something, it's like an argument, it's a fight, it's conflict between two people. And really these other cards here are supporting that, that there's, you may not be even suspecting this person to be contacting you, or to come by, or to say something that's going to upset you, or whatever the situation is definitely related to something like that. There's going to be, it's all about the communication between you and someone else is the message coming through for this month of September. that could arise into a fight, an argument, and you want to stay away from that. This person is showing up here as the King of Swords. The King of Swords is a really just, I don't really like the King of Swords, okay? It could be someone who's really harboring a lot of stuff within themselves, who doesn't really let their feelings be known, and who could be quite defensive. It could also indicate someone who's divorced, who's married. It can indicate someone who's just very protective over their feelings. They don't reveal their feelings very easily. This reminds me of a Scorpio person, though it doesn't have to be. It's just the characteristics. This man right here looks like a typical Scorpio male, to me at least. But it doesn't necessarily mean that's what it is. It's someone who's protective over their heart, their feelings. They don't let their feelings be known. It depends. You've got to be careful how you come across with this person. This person could get quite defensive and conflict could happen. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And if you are a male, maybe this is you might end up in a fight or argument with somebody. There's definitely showing a sign here of a man and a woman, and a conflict, of argument, a fight coming through. And, I feel like you can avoid this if you do not let the words upset you, if you do not take what they say to heart. But, I feel this person is kind of negative. They're going through something that is going to cause and create the conflict because of how they're going to come across or how they're going to respond to you. Because of stuff that's going on within them and in their life. So I really do feel that this is a male that's going to be coming into your surroundings. And there's going to be some type of negative feelings going on, and it's really not because of you. It's stuff that's going on with him or with her. It's stuff that's going on within that person that is going to be taken the wrong way. So that's why you have to be careful with what you say and how you come across to others, and maybe be mindful more so. Sometimes maybe it's best to even not respond and to kind of keep silent, and a lot of quarrels and arguments can be avoided in that way. So that definitely is showing up here for you, Capricorn. I want to see if there's any more, the cards fell. I want to see if there's any more messages that come through, but I also have an oracle card that I will be drawing, and I do apologize for the background noise. Hopefully you don't mind of that. I'm going to go ahead. That is the main message here, but I'm going to see if there's anything else. Okay, so give me one moment. Yeah, there is not much coming through about that situation right there. That pretty much everything that I had felt regarding to be mindful before I even looked at the cards, to be mindful of what you say around somebody for this month of September, regardless if you have things you want to say to this person or you're not too happy about something in regards to this person. Maybe they did you wrong. Maybe they haven't come around for a while, and you want answers, or you want to say your piece. Well, it's not a good idea because it's not going to be a benefit. This person is going to be very negative. Regardless if they show it outwardly, they're going to be very negative inwardly, and that will create conflicts. So if you are Capricorn and you have this situation arise in September where a male is in your midst, please take notice and try to remember this reading, that, these two cards just flew out, which is regeneration. So I think this is someone who you either you were involved with, you were friends with, and things kind of didn't work out right, or and this person hasn't come around for a while, and then they come back around, and it's a chance for this relationship to be revived instead of questioning the person or quarreling with the person or coming off in a negative way because you're upset. Capricorns are stubborn. They do what they want to do. So even if I tell you this, it may not really matter. You kind of do what you want to do anyway. But if you do want to avoid things negative, and you want to create more positive again with this person, then just be mindful of how you approach it, because you have the co-create card. So this is going to be a chance for you to create something better with this person that hasn't been that great in the recent past. It's a chance for a revival between the friendship or the relationship. And you have that opportunity, but it all depends on how you come across. This person is going to be very negative and defensive because they're going to be probably hurt by someone else, or they left a negative situation behind and they're still affected from something or someone in the past. And they're carrying that, in the month of September with them. So, that's the message that's strongly coming in for you. And, I wonder if there's any more. Hold on one second while I see if there's any more messages that come out of that. It's pretty straightforward this month. I do typically do longer readings, though I wanted to get them done and complete for the month of September because I had a lot of things come up last month in August, and I wasn't able to even complete the August readings for everybody. So I do want to say thank you for your patience in me bringing the videos out. If you would like an in-depth personal reading with me where I would be able to spend 40 to 60 minutes of my time dedicated to you and your situation alone, I could better help you that way. It's really an investment in yourself to get a reading with someone who cares, and someone who's going to make the effort to connect with spirit and bring you the messages that are going to be of benefit to your life. And that's what I try. That's what I do. And I try my best in bringing you quality and bringing you the messages that are going to change your life for the better. And not just throw a bunch of stuff out that's really not going to do anything for you. So, that being said, I will connect for one moment to see if there's any other messages here. I keep hearing revived for some reason. So there is someone, it feels like it could be a friend, but I definitely feel it's a male. And this person is going to be returning, and they may have done you wrong. And again, I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but it's coming up again strong from spirit, that this is just reassuring that this is the situation for somebody or some of you, many of you even, where someone is going to come back from the past, who's going to make a reconnection, who hasn't been there for very often. And you're both going to have, he's going to have negative feelings, or the other person's going to have negative feelings because of something that they've just come out of that wasn't pleasant for them. And then you're going to have negative feelings because of what this person did to you and left you alone and did this to you. And you both have negative feelings for each other because of, not each other, okay, but he's going to be walking, or this person's going to be walking in a lot of anger, and it's going to be within. You may not be able to see that on the outside, but it's definitely going to be there harboring and I don't feel it's because of something you did to them. I really feel it's something that someone else did to them, where they were hurt by someone else. And then they come back to you and you have negative feelings for them because of what they did to you. And you don't want to feel like a second option, or you don't want to feel like you don't matter to this person. Now they're coming back because someone else left them or something like that. So just, if you do want to revive this relationship, kind of try to hold your tongue, hold back, save it for, a month later down the road where, he's kind of, or she's kind of healed from a situation a bit more, because, this person is not going to be in a good state of emotion.